There's a good bit of new information and possibly some secrets we can uncover, so here we can dive into it first with the Nintendo Japan website for Pikmin 4. We'll use this in conjunction with the newest trailer too, which gave us the plot and the reveal of the fact that we'll be customizing our own captain. So first, looking at Ochi, that's the dog. I'm gonna assume people know kind of basic information, but I may give a few basics out here. Like, we know it has a weight and therefore carrying capacity of 10, and we also knew that it could ford the river like the oxen of old in the Oregon Trail. But here's one thing that is shown, but it was also in the February Direct. I just feel like it was easy to gloss over. Some people are wondering if it's a stamina meter, and that certainly could be the case. You know, I think the charge against Ochi, if there are any, would just be that does it render blue Pikmin useless? I mean, first off, you only get one dog, so you could still divert resources and stuff, have Ochi go get something, but then also have Blues simultaneously get something else, right? But others are saying just basically that if this is a stamina meter for Ochi, at least then, you know, if it can get tired in the water or something, then blue Pikmin will be a little bit less useless, I guess. But the last thing to notice is just that little bar only happens when Ochi is jumping in the water and then out of the water, but we do see that same exact sort of icon from the February Direct again when Ochi charges at these jars right here. And of course, you have to charge it all the way. Ochi goes through and breaks them all. So maybe it's just a question of the jump, I don't know. It's because you gotta look at the bar, like when Ochi's jumping out of the water here from February, the yellow part of the bar actually goes up. So is that stamina being used? Is it something being replenished? We would have to assume it's being used, right? Because just like the charge, fully yellow means that it's been fully charged up, fully used, right? Anyway, we also know from February, although it was a little bit easy again to gloss over this, that Ochi, you can do a drive-by. So you could be on Ochi's back, hang out and throw Pikmin. So that is, once again, just to reiterate that, and for anybody that might have missed that, yes, you can throw from Ochi. There's also some size differences. A lot of people on the Pikmin subreddit have been pointing this out. You know, it's like, what about Ochi's size here during the beginning and then getting bigger like when they're in the water, just running around, and even in some of the website imagery, like look at this. So I don't know, that could just be inconsistencies, or maybe Ochi does grow a little bit bigger over the course of the game, I guess, I don't know. So I just want to quickly gloss over the scene with the toy boat right here. You can notice about 11 visible blue Pikmin and Ochi. They're remaining after about like 7 or 8 come back to the squad, mostly ice and yellow Pikmin. We're just basically seeing that a lot of Pikmin can carry this thing, and if it really is 11 plus blue Pikmin and Ochi's 10, that means this could go to like 25, 30, something like that. And these blue Pikmin and Ochi are still carrying it really, really fast, but also that 7 or 8 that came back to the squad, you have to wonder, were they easily called back, or were they just kind of excess that couldn't reach it? Like maybe they were thrown, it was already at the maximum, and so they came back. You know, that's sort of the question, I guess. I think that's the case, most likely. So notice this was not in Pikmin 3. Just for reference, I haven't seen like any footage, haven't played Hey Pikmin as well, so I don't know if it was there, but the Pikmin can deflower, like they can lose their petals, so that is once again going to be a feature in Pikmin 4 right here, as we can confirm. And so if we do look at Nintendo Japan's website with these scrolling images, you'll notice the baseball. I don't think we've seen this before. I think it's supposed to be a play on the real-life baseball's Marucci. Forgive me if I am not pronouncing that correctly, but yeah, it says like M-A-R-U, and then it's got a capital F in there, so I don't think that's a real baseball company other than Marucci. You gotta think, Pikmin has done stuff similar to this, you know, like product placement or whatever, but there's about like 6 visible Pikmin, I would say, with the 7th being the flower peeking out on the right. It's probably a 10 weight item, you would assume then, because there's Pikmin on the other side. It's just like we were talking about with the boat earlier. The binoculars, those were in the February, and they had 12 yellow Pikmin carrying that item. It might be like a 10 weight, and just in case anybody doesn't know, again, I presume most of y'all have like kind of the basic knowledge of Pikmin, but if you're brand new to the series, you can carry kind of like double the weight of most items. If they say 10, you can have 20 Pikmin on it. Now, it gets a little bit different when you factor in like purple Pikmin, for example. We won't get into all that here, but anyway, you can get a good look at just a lot of the enemies. There's several returning enemies, and I guess a few more images and things here. It all looks good, but now if we wanted to jump over to the newest trailer, and if we use the Nintendo Japan website that we're focusing on a lot today, it has a loose Google Translate, translations that can all give us the basic plot. It's essentially that Captain Olimar crash lands, he sends out the distress signal, but then the rescue corps that was going to get him also crash land. And that's... Can we cue up some kind of joke for this? Because there's many.
Another one. Another one. Another one.
And so, you are the one to rescue them. And that leads us to the character customization. There do seem to be a good amount of customization options and things. We can look at all of that. There's even like some deep dives into it. People on the subreddit or people on Twitter. So definitely feast your eyes upon all of this magic of the character creator. But notice here when we translate the images, because again, the Japanese website, and watch like as soon as I upload this video, because I'm late, you guys, I was out of town, I was out of state, actually, many days. But watch them have the English website just like a mere hour before I upload this or something. Anyway, it says that our birthplace, you are from the planet Carta. The translation just says the member of the rescue team, a promising new recruit, and yes, it is you. The question still kind of comes where people are wondering, since we have to also rescue, what was it? We saw like 6 captains, right? In the trailer, we saw them coming out of the ship. Again, there's some question as to, are those characters that are set in stone, or do we customize them as well? I know there's been a lot of theories floating around out there, so put yours in the comments if you'd like. I definitely want to know, because you can look at this too. They have like the silhouette image. We know that all the captains, they were sent to PNF 404, that's the planet. That's where Olimar's distress signal was from. But like some people are speculating, for example, that one of them could be Alf, because it's like Alf had prevalence in Smash Brothers. Alf has been kind of a Nintendo favorite from Pikmin 3, but that Alf is an engineer, for example. This person, great job. Again, credit to all these people on the subreddit, An engineer is needed in every ship. And some people are talking about Shepard, Colin, they're saying, and the bald guy. We've seen Terrence, we've seen a few other captains, and for those that missed it, actually, by the way, back then, just in case, again, most people know this, but those captains were given names that could relate to dogs, so if you think Shepherd's kind of an obvious one, right, like a German Shepherd, but Colin is like a collie, and even the translation here, which we're gonna get to in just a second, does say collie, but I guess Terrence would be like a terrier, and Pom is our character, it's like a Pomeranian, but P-O-M. So let's get into it, you guys. The other captains, their home planets were also revealed. So when you look at Shepard and Colin, and again, the translations are going to be really rough on a lot of things, just going from Japanese to English or back again. It's like, there definitely are things lost in translation, and I'm actually relying mostly on other people's jobs translating this, which I presume they use Google Translate. But anyway, you can see that they're from the planet Kaguya, or is it like Kaguya, like the Japanese? I'm not going to be the best with pronunciations, you guys, all the time. My languages are English and Spanish, but it's like the Japanese Kaguya with a Y in there. And I think from my research, like Kaguya, like A at the end of the head, and the word Tamaya, these phrases seem to be ways generically to express delight at fireworks in Japanese. So this is interesting just because it's like planet. I think Kaguya has like Kaguya-SEI. So Kaguya-sei, that's supposed to be star, right? So Kaguya star. But the other kind of glaring one is I think a lot of people were probably presuming, did you just assume my gender? For Shepard. I think a lot of us believed, and myself gonna be included, Shepard was female, and here the translation at least is saying he and his. For 99 generations, his family has run the Cosmic Rescue Team. He's also a top-notch rescue dog trainer. I saw someone's comment also said like 99th of a family lineage operating as rescue corps for generations. Also a trainer of first-rate rescue dogs. So roughly getting us the same thing, but they're saying he, and what seems to be the consensus is that a lot of people are saying we don't know. It could be that Shepard is a boy, or could be that Shepard is a girl just because of the rough translation. But then if we go down for Colin, it says Corey in this, and then some other ones say Collie. But again, the official, like the Pikmin trailers, they say Colin. So Colin, it says, an operator for the Cosmic Rescue Team. Since you are a novice, he'll teach you the various fundamentals of rescue. That's kind of good, right? They probably go hand in hand often in the story for Pikmin 4, where Shepard's kind of telling you not only about the dog, but also so general, probably story things, like a general outline of that. Whereas then Colin, we can only presume is going to be a lot of that tutorial stuff, maybe some of the basics, but some stuff we need to know. So the only reason I didn't say just like every single thing we could pick apart in the entire world is because not only am I a few days late with all this information, but also this video is probably long enough as it is, and I just want to focus kind of down really on these like main topic points. But yeah, I'm excited. Pikmin 4, you guys, I will be streaming this, and I'm playing through Pikmin 3, just kind of leading up to it, so definitely, if Pikmin is your thing and you're not subscribed, I really appreciate it. Click an end screen, I'll catch you over there, and thanks for viewing.